Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our GM Crafts Wednesday Facebook Live. How are you all? It's beautifully bright and sunny out here where I am. What about where you are? That was a bit of strange English. What about where you are? So tonight we've got lots again to talk about. We always seem to have lots to talk about when we come and talk on a Wednesday night, don't we? What have you got to talk about? What would you like to hear? What would you like to know? What would you like to learn? Ask us any questions you like. We'll do our very best to answer them whilst we're during the live, and if we can't, we'll come back to you with an answer when we're finished. And in a very exceptional circumstance, we could always come back tomorrow if it's something very strange and unusual, but we do aim to answer everybody. So if you've got any questions, do let us know. So tonight, I don't know whether you've seen on our Facebook page tonight, a few hours ago, we made an announcement that the website will be down for a couple of hours early tomorrow morning, from about 6. It may be quicker. It just depends how easily and smoothly it goes. But we've been working behind the scenes for a little while to deliver some changes on the website and to bring you some really new exciting things. So I think we did talk about it a couple of weeks ago, and I know I've dropped hints along the way. So there's some exciting changes coming, one of which is related to all the lives and the free cut files that we bring you on the blog and how much you all love them, and you're always asking for them, which is great, and we will continue to do that. But in addition to that, so the free cut files will remain free that we offer, and the live exclusives will remain free. But we're also bringing you a whole new section, which we've been working on behind the scenes, for cut files on the website. So we're hoping to load that in tomorrow morning. So bear with us. If you want to order before 6 in the morning. So order tonight would be ideal, and we get that out to you then tomorrow morning. Whilst the website's down, we can get on with that in the warehouse, and you'll be none the wiser. So of course, it wouldn't be a live without free cut files again tonight, and without a discount code. For those of you that joined us last week, we were inundated with praise because we brought you a 30% discount on our pattern vinyl, our iron-on transfers, and our transfer doodles, as well as that brushed HTV. So much so that we thought, whilst we've got the maintenance going on, we wouldn't shake things up, and we'd bring you that as a continual offer until next Tuesday, because then you can take advantage of it. It's a huge offer, 30% discount. So we have hundreds and hundreds of pattern designs on the website, as you are aware, hopefully, including these amazing ombres in over, I think we've got 24 different ombres now on the website. And our pattern vinyl range, each range has a category, but you can order it in self-adhesive, you can order it in HTV, and of course in the variety of finishes as well. So this is a self-adhesive glitter. I'm hoping that catches it on my lights. It's quite bright in here tonight, so it's not always easy to catch glitter when it's bright, especially on camera. So we've got loads for you. So that was one of the ombres, and of course we've got a huge variety of rainbows, animal prints, and one-off designs, what I'd call graphical designs, artistic designs, lots to go there. And then obviously we've got male ideas, girl ideas, boy ideas, baby ideas, adult ideas, and in-between ideas. There's lots of different pattern designs on there, including this marvellous creation, marvellous vinyl, marvellous heroes that we have. And we also do these as individual transfers as well. So you've got some incredible little face masks and things. Very popular in my house. And then of course we've got all the different effects and designs that are just different. So we've got things like stripes on the website on the pattern category, and then obviously we've got the usual flowers, pets, so cats, dogs, we've got wildlife, we've got seasides, you know, Christmas, Easter, bonfire night. There's lots and lots. There's hundreds and hundreds. Certainly something for every single occasion that I can think of, and much more. So that's your 30% discount on those, and again available in self-adhesive or HTV, and available in a huge variety of ways. So don't worry, if there's something that you fancy, go and have a look. If you need any help, then give us a shout and we'll help you find what you're looking for. You go to the patterns section on the website, and drop down box will click it, and it will open up all the categories. Choose the category, and then when you choose the pattern, it will let you choose whether you want it as HTV or self-adhesive. So it really is quite user-friendly. So that's your pattern vinyl. And then, as I mentioned earlier, it also includes our transfer doodles, and they're really popular. So we do have tutorials on the website, which Anya, bless her, she is here this evening. Hi, Anya.
Hello.
Anya can give you the links while I'm talking to you. And obviously, if you've got any questions, Anya will read them out. So our transfer doodles, Anya coloured this one in a while ago, and this afternoon I caught her colouring this beauty. We were just debating what we're going to put it on. Steampunk mouse. It is a mouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's glorious. No, he is definitely a mouse. Look at his different bits and bobs. So come back on our Instagram live tomorrow at 8 PM to see what we put that on, because that's what we've decided to use him for tomorrow. So there are transfer doodles. So they come in a variety of designs. She's starting on the hedgehog when I disturbed her, look. So that's going to be, I know what I want that on. I want that on a t-shirt for me. I like the hedgehog. So she's been using these Sharpie fine point pens. Lots of you ask what we can use, and there is a whole multitude of things that we've tried and had great success with, but I have to say this is my go-to. And the reason I like these Sharpie fine point pens is they are very fine point, but look how vibrant they are after you've pressed it. And as Anya and I can tell you, because we use them quite often, and then we use them on tea towels, we've used them on t-shirts. Tea towels are great for Christmas because we've got some Christmas designs, and then you can use the blank doodle sheet to draw your own handmade greetings for Granny and things like that, which went down a storm at our house. But they are very vibrant, and they go through the washing machine time and time and time again. Unless, of course, you're like my household and they use it on the floor by accident and don't realise, and it was all brown. Not the transfer doodle, just the tea towel. Anya and I was fuming, weren't we, Anya? So they're your transfer doodles. And then they do come with their own instructions on the back. Basically, you colour them, you heat your press up to 160 for 15 seconds. Obviously, you preheat your garment for 10 seconds, put your doodle on, 15-second firm pressure, and that's it. They're good to go. Leave them for 24 hours before you wash them or wear them, and that's literally all, that's it. And they're ideal if you want to take them away with you on the holidays, because I think it really is a good thing to keep the kids occupied. But I don't know about you, there's nothing more relaxing than sitting and just having a mindless colour as you're snuggled up watching something on the telly, or having 5 minutes peace and quiet. Bit of a gin and tonic, mind you. You don't want the lines to blur, do you? So there's your doodles. And then this 30% discount, 30 Decra, will give you 30% discount off all of our iron-on transfers. These are pre-ready, pre-cut, pre-weeded, ready to apply. And again, we've hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of designs. But bear in mind that it's Father's Day next week. I've just picked these two out as just a random sample. So look at those. Golf ball, football. I don't know what kind of ball that is. I think it's a basketball, tennis ball, snooker ball, or is it pool? Rugby, baseball, bowling. That's definitely a basketball. I'm not a ball aficionado.
I don't know what that white one is.
That white one, I have to. I know. I think it's a football, or it could be a soccer ball, actually.
I'm trying to think.
Because it's a rectangular pattern, isn't it? Going to have to ask the men.
It's like one of those. It's just gone out of my head.
It will come to you. She'll wake up at 3 in the morning. Somebody tell us what's the white one. Yeah, tell us what's the white one. Let me just point it out again. What does this pattern mean? The hashes instead of the hexagons. Does it mean something specific? Anybody know? And then, of course, there's literally hundreds of designs of these transfers. This is just a tip of the iceberg. But then, of course, you've got your retro gamers as well. And these, again, hugely popular in our house. Not just retro, but modern as well. But hugely popular in our house. And the thing is, you can apply these to anything. We've applied them to mugs. And in fact, I've got a mug here, which I used the other week. Anya's desperate for me to stop showing this on our lives so that she can have it in the kitchen.
Yes, I am.
So this was one of our Dalmatian transfers, and it's a colour changing, heat changing mug, which I'll show you. It's our Star Sky colour changing mug. Now, somebody called it something the other day when we were live. What did they call it?
Thermochromatic.
Chromatic, I think. I'll show you that when I get the mug press out in a moment, because I've got a mug press demo to quickly show you. So as you can see, that 30 Decra discount code is ideal. And then of course you would still be able to use it on the chrome HT, not chrome, sorry, brushed HTV. And that 30 Decra code is available until Tuesday night at midnight. So plenty of time to go at it. Obviously make use of it while you can, as I don't think I'll be bringing that one back because that's quite a stonker of a deal. So my true reason for tonight is to talk to you more about sublimation. It's a question, it's a conversation that we have quite often with you now. Lots of you have got questions on it. Have you got any questions for me tonight? You probably will have as we go along. Please let us know. And if you're watching this on catch up, let us know.
We have the answer.
We have the answer to the ball.
And I thought it would be, but you know when the word just on the tip of your tongue, volleyball.
Of course. Yes.
Of course it
Thank
is.
you. Who was that?
Lots of different
Oh,
people.
brilliant. Thank you. Yes, volleyball. So, yes, brilliant. So, sublimation. Have you got any questions? I've got lots to show you and I will show you them. I'm going to bring you some blogs over the next few weeks, interspersed with different blogs that we've got planned as well. Because obviously it's Father's Day coming up a week on Sunday. We're coming up to the end of term for school, so I've got some ideas for that for you as well, including a Levers t-shirt design that I've got. So class of 22, I'm going to make you a class of 22. I've made the file already, I've just not got time to release it this week. And it will have a, what do they call a mortarboard hat, is it? The graduation hat. Is it a mortarboard hat? Oh, I'm asking the wrong person now.
I don't know the word.
But I'm going to bring you that because I want you to have that to use with our fabric markers. We do sublimation markers of our own as well now, but we also do these fabulous fabric markers. And Anya and I were only just discussing this earlier. If you want to, children love taking a t-shirt to school for everybody to sign and say goodbye. In actual fact, it'd be really good if you were leaving the job, if you really were quite fond of your employee, your friends that you work with. Everybody could draw on your t-shirt and then bring it home, iron it, and that's it forever. It's permanent. You haven't got to worry, so you can wash it if it gets a bit grubby. You can make a picture of it and frame it if you really want to. But the world's your oyster. So I'm going to bring you a class of 22 cut file in the next couple of weeks. So get yourself some vinyl if you want that, and these fabric markers. And I will be bringing that to you very shortly. So that's that. We also do sublimation markers, which obviously are ideal if you want to do hand-drawn designs. And again, I'm going to show you the mug press tonight. But Anya drew this a little while ago, just before Easter, using them. And you need to draw it in reverse onto laser copy paper. So these are ideal if you just want to draw and you want to put it on a mug. If you want to create something personalised, if you want to give it to the mother-in-law or your grandma or somebody who's really important, or to the kids for Father's Day, they can draw on these coasters. Draw on a copy paper and then you can heat press it onto your coasters. And then you've got something permanent with the child's writing, which is a wonderful keepsake. And these pens will last and last. We made some great ideas for Christmas with them last year, and we will have some more, no doubt, this year with them. But these are ideal for just hand drawing, hand doodles, handwriting onto laser copy paper, and literally then you just heat press it onto whatever you want, like you would a normal sublimation sheet. So that's your sublimation markers. They are chisel tip, so you will get a thin and a thick design off of them. Let me just get a sheet of paper. Sorry, Anya, let me lean over your head. Yeah. So when I say laser copy paper, I literally mean this cheap laser paper that you put in your laser printer. In actual fact, you can get what they call a mix now that will go in your inkjet as well. So you get one of the sublimation markers. Now you can draw fine lines with it. You do it straight. And you can draw thicker lines, and then if you turn it on its side, you can draw really thick. So you've got thin, thinner, and then really thick. So it gives you a variety. So those are the sublimation markers, and they're really good value. They'll last for ages. We've had them in my craft room now for 6 months, and they're still going strong, and we use them quite a lot in the demos, as you've seen off and on. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 markers in there, and a whole variety of every colour you could wish for. So they're your sublimation markers. They're ideal. if you want to do something handmade, hand-drawn without a machine. Again, something you can take away with you, because you could take a few coasters, you could take a few polyester items with you. We've got, I'm going to show you some of these, look, which are our beer bottle key rings. We've got them in different sizes. We've got different coasters, like this one. This is a joke in our house. Anya doesn't drink red wine very often.
No.
But I thought it was funny. Anya's large glass of red wine belongs here. So you could obviously print this with your sawgrass, which I'll talk to you about in a moment, or you can obviously hand draw onto your sheet and do something funky. So tonight, the sawgrass, we have the SG500 and the SG1000. There is one distinct difference, and that's the print size, paper size they will take. So the 500 I have on my desk, and it does A4, and it also does the fabulous mug pack paper. We do these in a variety of sizes, and they literally go into your feeder tray. Let's see if I can pull it out. Can you see that? So this tray has a multiple adjustment, multiple ways, so it goes very thin and then it goes all the way out as well. So you can put whatever size paper you like in it, up to A4. And then just adjust accordingly. And then once that's in, I always make sure it's nicely in, so it's not pinched, then you get a straight feed. So your SG500 will take anything up to A4. The SG1000, anything up to A3. So that's your difference. The rest of it's identical. It is just a paper preference. If you want A4 and under, then you'd go for the 500. If you want A3, then you'd go for the 1000. And we do sell them on the website with ink. We sell them as bundles with a whole variety of different options for you, including our mug press, which I'm going to demonstrate for you tonight. And the inks are available separately. And there's a couple of things I wanted to say about that. I panicked when I unpacked this the other day, because we have this sitting in the office normally, but obviously I've got it here at the moment for you to see. And I was like, oh no, the yellow's out. Well, I've printed and printed and printed. It said it was very low on ink, and I've printed and printed and printed. I must have done 50 prints this last 2 days while I've been testing it and getting used to it and working out my designs and different ways, because I'm doing some samples for the Create and Craft show that's coming up in next month. And I have to say, I've still not had to replace that yellow cartridge, even though it told me it needed replacing. So that's something to be aware of. Make the most of it while you can. Don't be at mercy to it. It will carry on for ages, even though it says it needed it. So it is really economical on ink. We've had this now between us all for 8-9 months, and we're still going strong on one ink cartridge, and we use it loads. I don't think we've replaced it yet, from what I was discussing yesterday in the office. So they are really good. Obviously, if you're a heavy user and you're printing all day long, then your ink usage will be considerably more than mine. But it's horses for courses. The paper and the ink, it works out to be about, if you're using a full A4 sheet and ink, it works out to be about 10p, 11p per item. So it's a negligible cost on top of your blank, obviously. So talking of blanks, we've got some free cut files again for you tonight. This is one of them. Now, the cut files I've created are equally usable, as you can see, as a sublimation design. And you load the cut file. I've created the folder so there is a PNG for you to use as the image for sublimation. And then I've created a cut file for each of your different machine file types. So you've got SVG in there, for example, so it works on your Cricut, it works on your Brother, and it works on your Silhouette and many other cutting machines software as well. So the first design, I've got 2 in there for you tonight as a bonus. So you've got this one, which is because teachers can't live on apples alone. I've added the Mrs. Jones, thank you, love Anya, kiss, kiss. And that is just, you would just add your own name and the recipient's name, should you wish, or you just leave it as it is. And this is on one of our bottle carrier bags, which I think is ideal. Again, taking the mickey, because it's making a play on it, isn't it? The teachers like a bit of wine, don't they? So I thought that would be quite cute. So you've got that one. And then the other one, which you'll see in a moment, I've created as a Father's Day one. And that is a Top Dad golfing play on words, which we'll show you. And again, I've created that as a printable image. And then I've created it as a multi-layered cut file for you so that you can use it with your vinyl as well. And they are free, so please ask if you would like them, and Anya or I will get that arranged for you. Now, because we've got scheduled maintenance tomorrow morning, normally when we have a free cut file we just give you a link, but to avoid any conflict overnight and tomorrow morning, we've decided so that you can have that free cut file as soon as you've asked for it, when we're on duty, obviously, not at 3 in the morning this morning. We will ask you to, when we will send you a message saying, here's the discount code and the extra links for the cut files and stuff on the website if you want them. But if you want the cut file, then just give us your email and we'll email it directly into your inbox to save that hassle with the website changing overnight tomorrow morning. So don't panic. If you want to order, please order as normal tonight, and don't forget that 30 DECRA code. Because the website will be running as normal right up until 6 o'clock in the morning. We hope to be quick with the changes, but sometimes technology has a way of working weird, or you can just go straight in and it be no problem. So it really will vary. So do take advantage of that 30 DECRA code, and you can give you the details. So we have some tutorials already on our YouTube showing you how to use the different softwares on your computer to use the Sawgrass. And the Sawgrass, I sat and went through it when I set it up in my office yesterday morning. It's very quick and easy to sort out. You download the software, takes a few moments. It takes you through it step by step, and then you just connect to it and you're ready to go. And then it runs as a print manager on your computer, which I'll show you how to access in a moment. Once you've done that, you then have the option to go into the Sawgrass software. And the Sawgrass software is very much like your Crycut Design Space, etc. But it's filled with hundreds and hundreds of free templates, free designs, lots of inspiration and step-by-steps, and explaining how you can alter this or how you can do that. So you can go in as little or as much as you want and become as creative as you need, and grow as you go along. Now, I'm going to use Illustrator because I use Illustrator all the time. And when you're in Illustrator, you've created your design on the A4 sheet, and you do this whether it be Illustrator, Photoshop, or even just an A4 design that's on your desktop. Click print. And the important thing is making sure, now it's my computer chooses Sawgrass SG500 by default. I don't want that. I want the print manager, because then you get the better quality print, because it takes over from your computer's drivers. Takes a few seconds, brings up the print manager, and on here there's all sorts of things you can play with. So you choose what you're going to put it on. So this is going on a bag, so it's going on to polyester. I keep that as our design because that's our paper setting that we use, and that's it. You have a mirror. Don't mirror if you're using the Sublimate. Have you heard of the Sublimate? Sublimate means you can print onto dark with sublimation and cotton, and we do that as well. And you don't mirror that, but you do mirror the normal one. So it's mirrored, and that will now print when it's ready. Have you got any questions, Anya?
I'm not sure. I'll have to refresh. I'm just sending them all the
okay.
links. Let's see. Feature on this one.
Has it?
Yes, it's awkward to get to the comments.
Oh, that is annoying. Facebook keeps updating, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, while that's printing, I'll show you a couple of things I want to make with you tonight. So the first one, have you seen our bottle stoppers? Keeping in with the wine theme, we have bottle stoppers. We have an oval round one, and we have a square one. And first time I used this, I didn't realise, but the little plate that comes in the bag, that's what you sublimate onto, which is ideal, because when I ordered them, I was like, how on earth am I going to press onto that without getting my fingers in the way? But it's perfect, that goes on afterwards. But it has a little clear sheet, which I'll show you in a second, and if you don't take it off, can you see how blurry that's gone? So do take the little clear sheet off before you sublimate. And I've already cut my design ready to go on.
We have a few questions.
Okay. That's printed.
Are you guys doing the craft show at NEC Birmingham?
I'm not sure yet. We have not got any shows planned for the rest of June, but we are in discussion at present with some various options. But we are definitely doing crafting live on the 8th and 9th, I think it is, of July. So that's definite. We are definitely doing that, and we're just looking now. We've moved into more normal times. We're just looking at the next lot of options, and I know that's something that's been an ongoing discussion for the last few days.
Does the Sawgrass take smaller paper than A3? Sorry if you have already said.
Yes, it does. So we do two sizes of the Sawgrass. You've got the SG500, which goes up to A4. But it isn't just A4, you can even load in these mug press sheets, which we sell on the website in packs, which becomes more affordable and more convenient. So they are mug sized, and we do two different sizes, which is ideal. So yes, and you can adjust the tray inside to make it as small or as big as you like to the A4. That's the SG500. And the SG1000 goes up to A3, right down to that tiny thin mug size as well, should you wish. Right, this is printed. Now, if you read online, you read all the information, 10 to 15 minutes, they recommend that you let a sublimation print dry before you use it. Please don't touch the ink area, because otherwise you'll end up with finger marks all over it and it will never ever look right when you've applied it. I'm going to be honest, my office, my craft room gets really warm, and because of that it gets really humid in here, so I always leave it for at least an hour, and I think especially at this time of year there's a lot of air humidity, and I think the longer you leave it then you get a better design press, because what you don't want is bleed, especially if you're putting it onto fabric. You end up with a fuzzy finish. In fact, let me show you, because I tried this earlier because I wanted to show what can go wrong. And this is what can go wrong. If I can find where I've put it. There we go, it's on the back. If you do it too quickly, can you see that bleed? And then if you do it at the right time, you don't get the bleed. So just leave it for, it says 10-15 minutes, but I would just leave it for an hour and do something else. I tend to print in batches, leave it all, and then carry on afterwards. So that's printed, but I printed one earlier, so we'll do that in a moment. Any more questions over there, Anya?
Yeah. Let me just find it. I've just lost it. Here it is. Is it possible to do the lay-by monthly rather than weekly to buy a Sawgrass?
We do Klarna and ClearPay as well. The choices of the payments timings is down to a number of factors, and it is decided by lay-by, Klarna and ClearPay. So when you go through checkout, I think Klarna is monthly. I'm not sure about lay-by, because I think that varies. And I know most ClearPay is either weekly or fortnightly, I think.
Yeah, I can confirm this.
Yeah,
online.
If you wouldn't mind, Anya. Right, while Anya's looking at that, I just want to show you this clear sheet. Now, whenever you've got your sublimation printing products out, try not to touch them with your fingers too much, because you don't want your skin oils on it. So I actually tend to just pinch it out, hold it in the bag, hoping you can see that okay, and then get your tweezers on the very corner. There we go. Can you see that little clear sticker that was on there? So I've peeled that off. If you left it on, it would still sublimate, but it would probably blur a little. So it is worth taking. It's just like your watch covers. It's a little clear sheet. Obviously do it gently like I've just shown you, so that you don't damage it. And then I've got my printed design, which I've already printed. And it says Nicola's bottle, hands off. I feel like I need that on everything in my house, living with a group of very hungry farmers. They've got their hands on everything, haven't they, Anya? So now I just want to show you how to quickly make life easier for yourself when you're lining these things up. I get the Rucksack Bight Pad Go, switch it on. Apologies if that's just flashed under you. And then what I do, obviously keep this out of your way of your heat, but this is just what I do when what I do is I make 3 or 4 items ready, put them to one side with a tape on if I can, and then I press all in one go. It just makes it a bit quicker. So can you see how, let me see if I can bring this up to the camera for you. You see how that's become translucent, and I find this is a much easier way of lining your designs up, because then you can lay it over, and then just before you put it down, you're still seeing the design, so it helps you get it more central. Does that show up on camera all right, Anya?
Yeah.
Does it?
It does.
Yeah. Just make sure you're all following me so I'm not confusing anyone.
I have the answer.
Yep.
So it is 4 automatic instalments, or 3 instalments made every 2 weeks for clear pay. And I've sent this lady the FAQs anyway.
Brilliant.
And for Kalana, you can do 30 to 60 days after you've received it all.
So it's almost like a buy now, pay later thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Anybody needs any further clarification on that, do comment and Anya will send you the info directly into your inbox. Right, so when it's little like this, I tend to tape it round and then just trim. Where's my little scissors gone? I've just had them a second ago. These scissors are ideal out of our toolkit. So then it's completely stuck in place before, so you're not losing it or moving it when you're putting it on. So that's your little beer stopper, bottle stopper, which way you wish to call it. Whilst I'm layering up designs and things ready to make, I'll do this one as well. So this is a beer mat. Again, we do lots of different coasters, beer mats, whatever you'd like to call them. And I did this one earlier. Got a few varieties to show you. So they're really easy to make in the Sawgrass software, or even on your own printing software. I use Adobe a lot. I find that very easy. Obviously not everybody does, so it's what works for you, but they are very user friendly, and the Sawgrass software is fabulous because it's got all those pre-loaded templates in. So if you want to make a mug wrap, you just drop in your cut file. So for example, you wanted to make the teacher one, you just drop that in as an SVG or JPEG, and then you just put it in the software, choose a template, and it resizes it with you. Makes it very easy indeed. And obviously they do step-by-step instructions, as well as support pages, and they also do like one-to-one support Zoom type meetings as well. So they're really, really helpful. So again, lots of heat tape. This stops you, when it degasses, it stops it from lifting. So I always over-put it, and then I turn it over when I'm finished. And I'm doing it on the Rucksack Bight Pad, so you can see easier for what I'm doing. So it gives you that clear outline. Oh, we're quiet over here. Again, I tuck it under, because then you've got that, it just holds it in place as you're pressing later. And these rubber ones are brilliant. They're really, really grippy on my desk. And we obviously do mouse mats as well. So you've got a whole variety of choices. There you go. That's that one ready to go. And then last but by no means least, we're going to do this bag. So I'm going to move the Rucksack Bight Pad out of the way, as I'll do that as I go. Put my press on, get that preheating. So I set my press to 205, and the instructions on the website on the for our sub paper, we do a whole variety of different sub papers, but this one I'm using tonight is this, available in A4 and A3 size, in 100 sheets and bigger packs as well, and it's the quality of it is fantastic. But we also do other papers as well, including that Sublimate, which you can use on cottons, not just your sublimation blanks and your polyester, but you can use it on cottons and cotton mixes, and you can also use it on darks, which is ideal. And we even have the transfer paper to go with it, so that you can make print and cut more intricate designs with it, which I think is brilliant.
How easy is the Sublimate?
As in to use, very easy. You would do it exactly like if you were just going to, for example, cut a design like this one tonight. Then you can use your scissors, or you can use your machine to print and cut it. It's entirely up to you. And then you'll follow a very simple, similar process to how we're about to apply it. It does come with its own instruction sheet as well. And we have the application instructions on the website if you want to give the lady the link. Yeah. But it's very simple. But if you want to then print and cut it, which is exactly like we print and cut normally, so you cut the more intricate design and then use the specific Sublimate app tape, which I do have some of here, and I'm going to do an actual tutorial about this over the next couple of weeks with the print and cut for the Sublimate, because then it covers that as well. But you peel this like you would when you transfer self-adhesive. So you cut it, transfer it, apply it, and it's really quite simple, and it's been very, very popular and very effective. And it means that you can cut some really nice designs out of t-shirts, and give that extra bit of detail, especially for the darker items.
Have you done a tutorial for the transfer adhesive tape on HTV?
We've got loads of tutorials. If you mean the printable inkjet HTV, no, because you can't use transfer tape. It will pull the ink off. The Sublimate, you have to buy the Sublimate transfer tape, because that's the only way you can do it. And the inkjet, unfortunately, you can't. Because the way inkjet works, it needs the heat process to cure the ink, and if you use an app tape, it will actually remove some of that ink before you've set it. So we don't do that. Right, so I'm going to do this bag first, and then once we've done the bag, we'll move on to the key. Actually, no, let's do the bin, the coaster and the corkscrew thing while we're doing that, and then that can cool down while I'm doing the bag, can't it? So 205 at 60. Once press it down, do not move your press, otherwise it will blur, and hold it in place fairly firmly, because otherwise if you don't press it down firmly, as it degasses, as that sublimation ink, natural process and chemical reaction degasses, it will lift the transfer tape, the application paper that you've printed on, and it could cause a bit of a blur. So I always recommend just keeping it quite firmly held to give yourself that crisp finish. And 60 seconds is what I go for. That's my tried and tested method after the last couple of days of making lots of samples and doing lots of different experiments with it. That gives me my best results and stops any bleed. Some fabrics, otherwise, if you press for too long, it can absorb too much ink. Whereas this way it works really well. And obviously this is on the coaster. Rubber one, this one is tonight, although I have pressed those hard ones earlier. Nearly there. I'm just going to move that away. Bring that one on. Same again, tiny little thing. You could use your Easy Press Mini with this. But bear in mind, which is what I'm about to show you with this bag, when you're sublimating, you must sublimate your image that will fit your press. So for example, say you've got an A3 sheet. I'm going to show you on my A4 sheet for this book bag in a minute. Well, this PE kit bag, sorry. You need to press in sections that are not going to, because otherwise you end up with marks where you've moved the press. So it's just something to be aware of. But you can use your mini press for things like these bottle stopper lids, which would be ideal.
I only have a normal printer. Can I use that to print onto sublimation paper, or will it not work?
It won't work, but we do inkjet, and Anya can give you the link. And if it's an inkjet printer, the inkjet papers work really well. If you want to use it on light garments, then you choose the light paper. If you want to use it on dark and light garments, but dark especially, you need to choose the dark, because it has a white out behind it. Right. So you just move that to one side. Be careful not to burn yourself. We do have heat-proof gloves on the website, which I use quite often, and they are brilliant. Right, this is one of our PE bags that we do, or rucksacks, drawstring rucksacks, I think they're called, on the website. They're brilliant. You do the laces up afterwards, which allows you to get a nice flat finish before you finish pressing it. And as always with fabric, even when you're using sublimation, unless your sublimation product tells you not to, then do preheat it to remove any moisture. Did you see that lift? There was a little bit of moisture lifting then, because there is natural moisture in the air, and fabric will naturally absorb it, and that just again gives you that professional clean finish. So do remember that. And then I've got my bag here, my design. Now this is the top. Always remember which way up your print is going. So it needs to go that way, because I'm going to turn it around for the next bit. Now, remember I said to you about making sure your press covers your area. Because my press isn't A4 long, I'm going to press that part, and then I'm going to press that part second. So to do that, so that I make sure I'm not going over it, I look at where it is, where that printed design is, and I put some heat tape to remind me not to press beyond that area, so I don't get, otherwise you get what looks like a little watermark, and that isn't ideal. You all right, Anya?
Yeah.
I do recommend that you take your bag down and your paper down, because then again you're getting, it doesn't move and you don't get any lift while it's cooling. So I'm going to press this bit, then I'm going to turn it because it's easier, and then I'll press the other side. So you press down once, don't move your press. 60 seconds. Have you got any more questions over there, Anya?
1 second.
What have you all been making this week? It's coming up to Father's Day. Did you enjoy your 4-day bank holiday?
Oh yeah, we have asked.
That feels like ages ago already, doesn't it? It's been a really long, busy week for me.
Yeah.
What have you been making this week? Have you took advantage of that 30% discount code that we've got for you? For those of you that may have only just joined us, that's a 30% discount code available. The code is 30DECRA. I will show you when I've got my hands free in a moment. And that is 30% off all of our patterned HTV and self-adhesive range, and our transfer doodles, which are colour-inable, before you apply them. And all of our iron-on transfers, and there is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of designs for every occasion, and they're exceptionally popular because they really do elevate. They're great for quick crafting, but they're also really good for adding to your designs, and I'll show you some samples in a minute that we made last week in case you missed it, because we really enjoyed doing that. So I've pressed that side. Now my press has gone there, so I'm going to make sure I don't go over it again. Are you all right?
Facebook now.
She's killed Facebook.
But I do have a question for you.
Okay.
If I cook you dinner and give you 2 bottles of wine, will you come round my house and help me make all these wonderful things?
Give me 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Wow.
You've been spoiled.
That's real spoiling. Are we talking red or are we talking white wine? That's what I want to know.
I'm not sure you'll be able to make them after 2 bottles.
Yeah,
though.
we'd have to have that after making the samples,
Yeah.
wouldn't we? Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to bring Anya, of course.
And the entertainment.
Anya's the entertainment. Anya can keep us in check, tell us if we're making a mess.
Yeah.
What would you make first? That's what I'd like to know. We've got loads more tutorials and demos coming, as well as those written blogs for using the Sawgrass as well. So please don't panic. I will gladly talk you through over the coming weeks and months, interspersed with lots of other projects as well, because we obviously do vinyl, and I want to be able to show you different ideas, as well as, right, just let that cool for a moment. With that in mind, did you see our live last week when we used it with vinyl? We used the sublimation and vinyl together. I'm just in my box getting a sample. So I used this last week. It was a free cut file, and I'm feeling generous. So if you want this one, you'll have to ask us, and we'll send it you because it's not available on the website. It's a big crease now, actually. So it's sat in my sample box. So last week we did this. So we used the sublimation paper, and then we tore it, placed it like we've just done with this bag, and then we put the HTV on afterwards. And this was what I call a torn hankish t-shirt, so it's a bit steampunky and a bit gothy, I suppose, but nice in the garden. So yeah, that was what we made last week. So that was what we called our Gothic Heart cut file. If you want that, you have to let us know. But there really is loads you can do with these. Right, let's have a look and see how this is. Please don't burn your fingers. Look at that. Is that all in camera? So I'm always a bit suspicious sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it? I can't see because I'm stood on my tiptoes.
So, if you spin around, I've got to tell you, I've got it up.
Oh, she's managed to put it. Oh, that's a good picture. I like that.
There you go.
Oh.
I forgot to mention that part.
Ah, brilliant. So there you go. That's how you apply it. Now, obviously, these bags, you then, I'll do the tutorial properly. Look, you put your lace then through the bag. And then it creates a rucksack. So you do a knot on the end. My husband would tell me what that knot was. Probably call it, I don't know what he'd call it. What's that knot called? Anybody got an idea?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I don't know.
Am I doing it a bit too quick for you?
Yeah.
Let me go.
I was like,
So you thread it through. Only thread one through, because then you can actually do it as a rucksack over your shoulders. So then you bring the two ends together, loop them together, bring them through. You following me on there, Anya? And then you get a lovely drawstring on it, and obviously you can then carry that wherever you want to go. So, and you could obviously, the cut file is coming next week for this. It's a bit of a teaser for you. So that'll be coming next week. Now, obviously, as you can see, the press has left a mark. So I'll just go over that and make sure I repress it again just to get rid of those marks. That's just literally where it's just pressed with the pressure. Just get a bit of marking on there. Let's have a look at those other samples, shall we?
We have a question.
Go on then.
What size heat press do you use the most?
I use this one, which is the 9x9. And if, like you've just seen there, my design's slightly bigger, I just part press it and I work it out from there and make sure I cover it. So, do you remember that we did this a few minutes ago? For those of you that may not have been with us when I brought it out the box, we do these wine stopper bottle stoppers, and they come with these little ready to print little discs. We get a square one, and we also do a rounded one, and we also do a dog tag. Let me just show you that actually, because I've got it down here somewhere. There we go. So you can even do one. I'm a massive dog lover and cat lover. We've got quite a few in our house. So you can even do your own personalised dog tags. And again, it comes with the little disc ready for you to apply. And if you missed me discussing it a few minutes ago, you need to take the little clear protective sheet that's on it off before you press.
Oh, happy birthday to Catherine.
Oh, happy birthday, Catherine.
And to Denise.
Oh, Denise as well.
Yes, I don't know when Catherine's was, but Denise's one was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, ladies. And there is your little bottle stopper. So once you've pressed it, and it's cool, obviously, then you get your the actual bottle stopper, and it's got a lovely little self-adhesive permanent pad. So you take the cover off of that, you see that? And then line it up. Sorry, I'm going to have to do that at a funny angle so I can see.
Wow, you've been busy, Michelle.
What's she been making this week?
I've done loads of bags, water bottles, Lego boxes, glittery foam handbag, bag charms, and got a rainbow cushion.
Oh, I hope you're going to show us what you've been up to. I love it. It makes our day, all of us, with us, me, Anya and Alicia, that mainly are in customer service or floating about. I do this sort of thing and all your blogs and different bits and bobs, and a lot of the picture posts that you see. But it really, and we all talk every day and we all see what each other's seen. So if somebody comes along and says, oh, I've made a banana boat, and we all look at the banana boat and we all discuss it. And it really does lift our spirits every day when you share stuff with us. So do keep sharing, because it keeps us going. And it just gives us that, we love it. It makes it's like you're not on your own this side of the screen sometimes.
Yeah, we like to see what
We do.
people do so we get ideas as well.
Yeah, and so that we know what you want us to bring as well, which I think helps. So round or square, that's how you do it. And the same with the dog tag. You just print it and away you go. So there's your little, now last one we've got a coaster, and then I'll show you a mug press. How about that? So I put this one on, pressed it for 60 seconds at 205. This is one of our rubber coasters. And obviously we do other coasters, and we do the hexagonal ones, and we do the circular ones, and then we do the square ones like this in hard and soft. So we do it in the hard rubber, and then we do it in the rubber, and then we do it in the hard, what I'd call cork back. So you've got the options there. So there's those, and that's your hexagonal one. Because Anya doesn't drink much wine, I thought that was funny. It's a bit of a joke in our house. We don't drink much at all in our house, but when we do, we like a nice glass of red, don't we? So whoever it was that's offering to take us out for dinner, feed us, and it's got to be a good bottle of red. Preferably, what's the one we're really into at the moment, which we've probably had twice since Christmas, maybe 3 times.
Oh yeah,
Chateau Neuf de Pape.
There you go.
There you go.
She's got it.
There's other wines available. Please drink responsibly. I don't want to be blamed. So these are one of our bottle openers. So we've got different variety of sizes. So again, you can do this in your Sawgrass. Just put a little sizing in, and just put the text in, and away you go. So, right, mug press. Have you seen our mug press? Have anybody got any questions on mug presses? Any questions on anything? Obviously, as I've explained to you before, we've got 2 free cut files for you tonight. One of which was the Because Teachers Can't Live on Apples Alone. And that's definitely me. I can't live on apples alone. I have to have a bit of red wine every so often. So it was very apt that we had a bottle bag. And we are also bringing you a Father's Day cut file. Now, these cut files you can use for the sublimation side as well. All of our cut files you can. The ones tonight that are on the free download that we're happy to send you, we have devised in the folder so that you can use it as a PNG for your sublimation. And then we've done a cut file version for all the different cutting machine software file types, named as well, so that you know which one to put into for your machine. So that literally covers all bases. So even if you're not a sublimation print person, or you want to use it in your inkjet printer design, you can do it as well for print and cut. But if you're not and you want to use it for your cut file, then you can still join in and use these for your cut files as well, which I think is quite a good way of doing it. So mug press, we are out at the moment of our horizontal mug presses, the ones that are on the side. So I'm bringing you our vertical mug press tonight, and to put your mug press, if you use this one, you put your mugs in this way, and it's an automatic 1-touch press. So I'm just going to switch it on, let it preheat. You're right there, Anya.
I have a question for you.
Okay, shoot me with it.
Are the dog tags on the GM side?
They are. They are in the blank section. They are amazing. Let me just show you that again. In fact, let me get it out. We've got dog bandanas. Bandanas? How do you pronounce it? Bandanas? I don't know.
Some people say bandanas and some people say bandanas, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So depending on where you're from.
But we have dog bandanas.
We have both.
Bandanas, whatever. Right, those things that you put around the neck and put cute things on it. I've done a design. I think they'd be great. Things like "Will you marry my dad?" Wedding proposals. Or
I think they'd be good for festivals.
I'm thinking, they would be good for festivals. But I'm thinking of sticking one on my dog for first thing in the morning. So when they go down to see Dad, please bring Mum a cup of tea.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Because use it as a good messenger service, couldn't you? Change the dog's bandana for what you want.
Question mark?
Dinner? Question mark? Pizza?
Yeah.
You could eat salad. I don't want to discourage anybody from being being healthy, but you could eat salad. Right, so these are your dog tags. So you get your sticky pad inside. So once you've applied your design to the little tag, then you can stick it in and it's permanent. But also, I want to point out on these, they are engravable on the back. Look at that. So you could put Benji or whatever your dog's name is, or put some beautiful design on there, and then you could put the boring stuff, your name and your phone number, and have it engraved. There's lots of little hand engraver stalls everywhere these days, isn't there? In fact, our local Morrison's used to do it. So you can engrave on there as well if you want, 'cause it's really thick. So that's quite useful to know. So that's your little dog tags, and they're you know, they're really good. I really like it. And they've got a lovely, sorry, let me bring it back. They've got a lovely little clip on them, so they're not those little rings that, I don't know about you, but my dogs are always shedding those rings. They're little rings that come with the dog tags. So I actually think this is better. I'm hoping I've got that on camera right, because it's hard to show. And my camera's above my head. So yeah, can you see that? Okay, so the mug press is heated up, so I'm going to move all of these bits just to one side for a moment so I don't burn my fingers, because you know what I'm like, Anya. I'm a disaster zone with these hot products.
Yeah, I'm worried about your feet down there still.
Yeah, I've got the easy press down by my feet under the table. It always causes Anya anxiety. There's another coaster I made the other week, so you can, there you go, that's nice, isn't it? Choose kindness. Yeah, we've got a rainbow design on the website on our free cut files at the moment. Don't know whether you've seen it. Very much similar to that, with I think it's got 5 arcs. I can't remember. It's a couple of weeks since I made it now. But it is on there.
Lots of greens.
Lots of greens, and it teaches you on the tutorial how to personalise it if you want to give it as a gift, maybe for teachers, or maybe just for your friends or family, or just for yourself. You can put your own message on there as well. So mug press. Again, just want to show you very quick. I'm going to try and do this on camera as easily as I can. It's not easy. So I've got my Cricut Bight Pad Go. I'm hoping this will allow me to show you. Now, when I'm trimming, you can obviously use your Sawgrass software to load this design in, and you can create a mug template very quick and easy. But I just wanted to show you, for those of you that just like to get a bit hands-on and do it quickly, then a bit fearful, because you can just literally print this directly from your design software or from the PDF on your computer screen, whichever which way you want to do it. So, you all right?
Yeah, just got to cut in quickly before we move on.
Yeah.
Dog tags, going back to dog tags,
Yeah.
I've got 2 questions on this. Can the dog tags fit in a Maker 3 to engrave? Actually, it's the same question twice.
I am not sure.
No.
I'm not going to lie, I haven't tested it. Maybe I should. Let me measure it. It is just under 2 mil thick. I've not engraved with the Maker on these. I'm not going to make a judgment of something you're going to have to test yourself. If you do, and you can tell me what you've done with it and show me what you've done with it, I'd be delighted to know. I think that's probably the easiest way of dealing with that, because I haven't done it yet. The trouble is that we have that many new and exciting things to do. It's getting everything, yeah, it's keeping up, isn't it?
We need more hands.
We do. I've got the new scan and cut that we now stock, literally about to arrive for me to demonstrate in the next couple of weeks. I've got the Cricut Maker here, the Joy here. I've got the Silhouette Cameo 4 here. So it's, yeah, I try to bring you as many things as I can, so many variables, but it's getting enough hours in the day to do it all. But yes, I'd say the jury's out. It's something you would have to try yourself and let us know. I would love to know how you get on with that. Right, so when you're making a mug press design, you need to make sure it's the right width, obviously. But when you're trimming anything with your sublimation paper and you want to trim it, I always use my Bight Pad. And the reason I do, I'm hoping you can see that on camera. I think you can. Yes, you can tonight. So I bring it, see how this design lip here is? I always try and keep a couple of mil off my design and then trim it. You see? And that then allows me to line it up perfectly. So I take it the other way again. So if ever you're doing this, if you saw me earlier put these on this, and that's how I do this design. So I trim it a couple of mil off the design so it makes it easier to get it square. Same with the beer mats or coasters or placemats or mouse mats. That's how I like to line it up, and it just makes it easier then to see where it's going.
Yeah.
You right over there, Anya? Any questions?
Yeah.
I thought you might.
No, that's my fault. What printer are you using?
I am using our SG500 printer from Sawgrass. It's a sublimation printer. We have two varieties on the website. The SG500, which will do any size up to A4, including the mug press sheets. So these sheets here, let me grab them. So you can adjust the drawer inside to use these. And then you just use the mug template on the software and you just pop your design in and resize it perfectly. And you can use up to A4, and that's the SG500. If you want to use A3, then you need the SG1000, which we also have on the website, along with the inks, the bypass trays, and all the bits and bobs that you want to, if you want to add extras and accessories for it.
And do you sell sublimation blanks?
We do. We have loads of blanks on the website, including things like the mugs. So I'm just going to quickly show this to you while I'm here. So this is the mug press we sell as well. And we do mugs. They come in variety of size boxes, so you can choose one. Do bear in mind that that works out more expensive because you're paying, because everything you get is free postage. Obviously, you can expedite that if you want to choose DPD yourself. But we do offer free postage. So one is obviously a bit more expensive to send because it's just one and you're paying that postage. That postage obviously comes out of it. So if you order 4, if you order 6, the more you buy, the less it costs you overall. So we do the plain white, but we also do our Star Sky colour changing mug. And I just want to quickly show you that. So it colour changes from the black sparkly starry night. Now, obviously, if you were going to use this as a proper mug press, you wouldn't open it at this point, but I'm just trying to show you for the heat. And it will change. So as it changes, it goes brown. Let it. So if you put a hot cup of tea in this, you're going to get... Can you see that all right?
Yeah. Lovely. It's sparkling beautifully. We have a question.
Yeah.
About what's on the front of the mug.
Ah, it's a transfer. So this was a transfer, this was a design I made the other week using one of our iron-on transfers. So we do a whole variety of ready weeded iron-on transfers. This one's a Dalmatian, but we do lots of dogs, lots of cats. There's loads and loads, hundreds and hundreds of different designs. Just let that finish heating up. So I'll grab some. What have I done with them? Because I had them on the side here a moment ago, Anya.
They're in a box, and that box has gone into mystery.
Yeah, I had it a minute ago at the beginning of the live. So where have I put it?
Are they under your laptop? There.
Oh, of course they are. Silly me. Thank you. See, this is why I need Anya. She keeps me on the straight and narrow. I'm just retrieving them from under my laptop. So we do lots of transfers. They come in single packs and they come in multi-packs. They come in small sizes and they come in large sizes. But for example, they all come with their own instructions, so you know exactly what to do. And obviously those instructions for all our products are on the website. But then you can buy them in multi-packs. So for example, you get the... I've got to be careful because I don't want to touch this on the heat press. So you got these sporty balls in a variety of different designs. So that's one multi-pack. So you get 12 balls in one pack. And then we do the gamers selection. So you get lots of gaming controllers, which is very popular. We do animals, we do UK. There isn't an occasion or a theme or a target audience that we don't make for. There really is a whole host of different transfers of iron-on. They're easy to use, 15 seconds at 160 degrees. You can use them with your iron, easy press, your heat press, or your press clamp. And they really are very simple to use. Alongside, and we've got a 30% discount on them tonight. So alongside, so with those iron-on transfers, we have a 30% discount. And then we have transfer doodles. Very similar design idea, except you can colour them in. So you colour them in with, we use Sharpie fine markers because they're bright and vibrant. You colour them in like Anya has done with this beautiful one tonight. And then you turn it over 15 seconds under your heat press or your iron at 160. Good firm pressure, and that's it. It's good to go, and it's permanent, lasts forever, washable, and there is dozens of designs on there now, isn't there, Anya? Yeah. From everything from the very basic, big designs with lots of colouring area for less able colourers to very intricate designs for those that have got more colouring skills. And the longer we leave that mug in the mug press, see how it's going, and eventually it goes white. But obviously I don't want to keep leaving that in the press because I want to use, it's not good to keep reheating that transfer. You're right, Anya.
Yes, just realised the time.
What time is it?
It's gone 9:06.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, well, let me quickly do this mug press then, and then I better let you all go to bed or order. Get your orders in before it turns to 6 in the morning. So tomorrow morning at 6, we've got some website maintenance going. So the website will be intermittent for a few hours tomorrow morning. Please don't panic. It's all exciting news because we've got some new products coming onto the website, including a huge cut file library of downloadable cut files for you, which we will obviously show you and showcase once it goes live. I'm not sure if they're live themselves tomorrow or whether we're going to put them in and then bring them in the next day or so, but they are coming. And tomorrow morning, hopefully it will all come together at the same time. So that's your golf design that we've got as your free cut file, as well as that teacher design tonight. So when you're putting a design on your mug, make sure you leave a 2.5 centimetre gap between the handle and the paper. And that's it. Pop it in, press go, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. And it's done. And you just don't need to interfere with it. You can obviously use this to put your HTV on. And you can use it for your iron-on transfers as well. And remember what we were discussing earlier, you can also use this for your sublimation markers. Anya drew this just before Easter with our sublimation markers, and you just use laser printer paper, copy paper. So just the cheap laser, you get a ream of 500, I think, for £7, I think, or thereabouts at the supermarket. And you can just freehand draw, reverse it. If you're going to write letters, do it back to front. And we do have a tutorial showing you that with our empty transfer doodles. We do those transfer doodles for iron-on versions as well, which you can use with a marker pen. So they will keep you doing the same. You're right there, Anya?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Did you say you use Sharpie pens?
Yes, we do. On those transfer doodles. It just makes it, you can use lots. We've got a tutorial, so if you want to use transfer doodles, do let us know and we will send you the tutorial. Did you see that? Before I leave you, don't forget that 30% discount code off of our patterned vinyl, and off our transfer doodles, off our iron-on transfers, and also that brushed HTV that we used last week, which I'll show you the sample of in a moment. 30 Decra gives you 30% discount and it expires midnight, Tuesday the 14th of June 2022. And you can make lots of designs with our pattern HTV and self-adhesive. We made this with the hat press last week on our live, and that is still on our Facebook and YouTube if you want to watch that being made. We also made this, which we've got the cut files, and the dad one we've got cut file for on the blog. And we made this with the Cricket pattern vinyl. There's so many patterns on the website, hundreds and hundreds. Literally, I can't think of anything that would be missing. There is so many. We have lots of rainbows, including this one, which we made a couple of weeks ago. Again, that's alive. That's on our YouTube and Facebook still, if you want to watch that being made. And I also want to show you this, because obviously Father's Day is marching. And we do have this tutorial on our website presently. It's on the blog. It came out yesterday. And it's 3D cards. And we've got 4 different types. So you've got father, daddy, dad, and pops as well. So there is lots to choose from on there. And these were all made using our A4 card packs. So that was our satin card and our ombre glitter card. And the tools and the embellishments that are also in that free cut file. And that same dad is what we used on the hat. So it just goes to, oh, look at that steam as it degasses. So that goes to show the versatility of the cut files. You can mix and match your projects. You all right there? And you before?
Yeah, we're okay.
So that's your mug. Now, obviously, normally I would advise that you left it to one side to cool for a short while. But obviously I'm aware of the time. Can't believe where that's gone.
It went way too fast.
But I'll let that cool for a few seconds and just quickly show you these t-shirts that we made last week in case you missed it. So this was using that brushed HTV and our iron-on transfers. So we made this, what we called the gorgeous t-shirt. We did a jumper in this a few weeks ago for Alicia, actually. Hi Alicia, if you're watching us tonight. So that was using our iron-on transfers. So we used the, and you can have that cut file if you ask for it, because we've not put that on the blog, but you can have it if you let us know you want it, we'll send it. But this was using some of our flowers. So you got roses, some of the butterflies with that brushed HTV to cut out the word gorgeous. And it really is, that brushed is so different. It's like brushed steel from the kitchen cabinets. It really is nice. So we did that version, and we also did, because you can't leave the men of the house out, can you? So we did a marvellous version. Play on words, obviously, at the same time, because there is some marvellous masks for those marvellous fans that like their heroes. So that was another design that we used with those iron-on transfers. So there really is something for everybody in those categories, and that's just not even a touching the tip of the iceberg on the transfers that are available. And of course that 30 DECRA discount code is available on them until Tuesday midnight, so do make use of that. And don't forget, we are intermittent tomorrow morning on the website. Don't panic, it's just so we can bring an update and bring some new exciting things for you over the next couple of weeks. And then there you go, this is your best dad mug design that we created. And again, that's a free download file. Comment if you want the link. You have to let us know and we'll send that to you. We have that as a printable file so you can make your mugs, but we also have it in that folder as a cut file so you can use it with your vinyl as well. And it is a bit different to this because obviously this is an actual picture of a golf ball. So the cut file is a actual cut file to give you the golf ball effect. And it's quite good, actually. I really like it. And I hope you do too. So we are back tomorrow night on Instagram at 8 PM if you wish to join us. We've got some different demonstrations to bring you again. And we are back next Wednesday, 7 PM TikTok, 8 PM Facebook. Any more questions before I say goodbye?
We're okay.
Okay, do let us know if you have any further questions, if there's anything at all that you'd like, and we will obviously be very glad to hear from you at any time and look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.